Hello student, my name is Akansha Sharma and today we are going to start up our first practical in human anatomy and physiology, that is to study urinary system in detail. So basically urinary system is also referred as a main excretory system. So the parts that are included in our urinary system are two pair of kidneys, two tube-like structure that is known as ureter, urinary bladder and lastly the urethra. So just giving an overview, kidney are responsible for the formation of urine and from here urine moves toward the urinary bladder to this tube-like structure and from urinary bladder it moves out of our body through the urethra. So we will get to know or we will know about these structures, their anatomy and their function with the help of the 3D software. So let it start. So starting with our first part in urinary system, that is two pair of kidneys. So moving towards their, when we talk about their color, we will find that these kidneys are reddish brown in color. Their mass is around 130 to 150 gram and along with that when we look about their position where these two kidneys are located, so they are located on either side of this vertebral column, extending from the 12th thoracic vertebra toward the 3rd lumbar vertebra. Along with that, we also say that kidney are also referred as retroperitoneal organ. So the region behind is this. They are located just posterior to this peritoneum of abdominal cavity. So I have just highlighted this structure. This is the peritoneum part. That is why they are referred as the retroperitoneal organ. The second thing is that when you look after their structure, these kidney, you will find a slight difference in their location. The right kidney is slightly lower than the left kidney. The reason behind is this, because just above this right kidney, liver is being located. So because of this, it pushes the right kidney slightly lower as compared to left kidney. Okay. Furthermore, when we will discuss about their internal as well as external anatomy, we will find that, so this is the transverse section, actually it has been taken just to show you the internal anatomy, but the few things I want to add up in the external part of this kidney is that this notch-like structure, just let me hide it first, this notch-like structure which I am showing with the help of this pointer, it is known as hilum. Hilum is the part through which all the blood vessels, nerves as well as this ureter part move in and out. Okay. And when we will see the outer covering of this kidney, we will find that the kidney is being covered by 3 tissue layers: renal capsule, adipose capsule and renal fascia. When we talk about their function, they are responsible for just keeping, just holding the structure of kidney at their position at the abdominal cavity. Along with that, they protect the kidney from various kind of trauma. So these are a few of the function of these tissues that are covering the kidney. So when we will move towards the internal anatomy of kidney, we will find that the kidney are being divided into two regions. The outer part, which has been highlighted in the bluish color, this is the cortex part, and the rest part which is not been highlighted is included in the medulla part. So the part of cortex which is lying in between this pyramidal like structure, this area, these are known as renal column. So when this was the outer part of the kidney. When we talk about the internal part, that is the medulla part of the kidney, we will find that these are some of the pyramidal like structure which are located in the medulla part. These are referred as renal pyramid. So these cortex as well as the pyramidal part of medulla constitute the parenchyma of kidney. Within the parenchyma are the functional part of the kidney that we all know, that is a nephron. So along with explaining the structure of the kidney, I will also explain how the urine flow from this kidney towards the rest part of the urinary system. Okay. So basically, after this pyramidal like structure, you will find over here are somehow the cup like structures are being located at the base of each pyramid. These are referred as the major as well as minor calyx. So when we talk about the urine flow, when the urine is formed, it moves from papillary duct toward this cup like structure, that is firstly from minor calyx toward the major calyx, and then it moves toward this cavity like structure. This structure, this is known as renal pelvis, and from here urine move out of this kidney toward this tube like structure. This is known as ureter. So this was the internal as well as external anatomy of kidney. Okay, and I have also told a few points regarding the nephron and the flow of urine. When we talk about the function of kidney, there are variety of functions to discuss about. Few of them are their regulation. They are responsible for regulation of ionic composition like sodium, potassium and many more ions in our blood, and they are responsible for the regulation of pH of blood. By the hand we can say that they are responsible for reabsorption of bicarbonate ion, and the same hand excretion of H plus ion. As we all know, bicarbonate ion is referred as buffer for H plus ion. Okay. It is also responsible for maintaining the blood volume. Basically, they are responsible for the reabsorption of water. On the other hand, also responsible for the excretion of water. Other functions can be, most important function is that they are responsible for the excretion of waste product. All the creatinine, bilirubin, they are the waste product. If they will be retained in our body, they can also cause harm. So these waste products are being excreted out by the kidney. So it is also one of its function of kidney. Other function can be, it is responsible for the production of hormone calcitriol, which is the active form of vitamin D, and it is responsible for the regulation of calcium level. Erythropoietin, which is responsible for the production of RBC. So these are the hormones which are being produced by the kidneys. And yes, the last function can be, they are also responsible for the regulation of blood osmolarity, means they keep the balance between the water and iron composition. So these are few of the functions which our kidney perform. So moving towards our next part in our urinary system, that is this two pair like structure, that is known as the ureter. So basically when we talk about their function, they have only one important function, that they are responsible for carrying the urine from this kidney towards this structure, that is known as, this part, this is known as urinary bladder. This is the half part which is being highlighted. This whole structure, pair like structure, you will find this over here. It is the urinary bladder. So when we talk about when we cut the section of this ureter, we will find that it is being surrounded by some tissue layer. So histologically, when we look after this structure, we will find that it is being covered by mucosa layer, muscularis layer, serosa layer. Muscularis layer, it has two parts or two layers, that is the circular and longitudinal layer. So this was some of the histological part of ureter. So function, I have told you right now that it is responsible for carrying the urine from your kidney toward the urinary bladder. So now moving towards the next part in urinary system, that is the urinary bladder. So we were talking about the flow of urine. So we have seen that urine from the kidney moves towards the urinary bladder through the tube-like structure, that is known as ureter. Then we will discuss about the urinary bladder. So you can see this the pear-shaped structure that is lying just behind this pubis symphysis. Okay, this is known as urinary bladder. So this pear-shaped structure or sac-like structure is known as urinary bladder. So I have just hided this pubis symphysis just to show you the structure of urinary bladder. So when we talk about the urinary bladder, the main function of urinary bladder is the storage of urine, okay, the temporary storage, not the permanent one. So over here around 700 to 800 ml urine is stored, and then it's moved from urinary bladder towards the urethra part and then excreted out through the process of micturition. So same hand, when we have talked about this tube-like structure, that is the ureter, we have seen the transverse section, or you can see that we have seen the histological part. Over there we have seen the mucosa layer, muscularis layer, serosal layer. Over here when we talk about this histological part of this urinary bladder, we will find that it is also being surrounded by a few layers. It is surrounded by mucosal layer, and mucosal layer consists of some folding like structures that is known as rug. The middle layer, that is the muscularis layer or muscular layer, and it consists of a special kind of muscle that is known as detrusor muscle, and it's the important one because during the it is responsible, we can say that these detrusor muscles are responsible for contraction basically, okay. Contraction, when the contraction occur in this urinary bladder, the urine move from this urinary bladder towards the urethra, okay. So in micturition process or the urination process, this detrusor muscle play a very important role. And lastly, it is being surrounded by the serosal layer. Most important thing or other thing, important structure, when we look after this structure of urinary bladder, you will find that it has a 3 opening, 2 at the posterior end, 2 at the posterior end and 1 at the anterior end. So the opening that are present posterior to the urinary bladder is referred to as ureter orifice, okay, and the opening that is present anterior, that is front, anterior to this urinary bladder are referred to as urethral opening, okay. So opening are just referred by the name of the position of this structure. This is the tube-like structure, ureter, that is ending towards the urinary bladder, and the other thing is that from the urinary bladder the urethra part is starting. So the orifice or the opening is termed as urethral opening. So this 2 posterior opening and 1 anterior opening make a triangular like structure, that is known as trigon. So this is the speciality of histological part of this urinary bladder. Function, I have just now told you that they are responsible for the temporary storage of urine, and they because the contraction of this detrusor muscle pushes the urine from this part toward the urethra part, okay. Moving towards the last part in urinary system, that is the urethra. Urethra is a tubular structure, you can see over here. It is the part of female part. I am just showing the urethra part. So in female they are present just posterior to the pubis symphysis, and over there you will find that at the posterior is the vagina part, okay. And in case of male, let me show you first. In male, it courses out of this posterior gland and open at the tip of penis, okay. So there is a slight difference between the, when we talk about their position and about the length. In men's they are around 20 centimeter long, and in men we can say that they perform dual function. Apart from removing the urine, discharging the urine, they are also responsible for discharge of spermatic fluid, okay. So these are the function which are being performed in male part, and when we talk about in female part, they are only responsible for the discharge of urine. So just we have seen the structure or histological part of the ureter, urinary bladder. We can also see the histological part in this urethra. It is also same hand, it is been also surrounded by the mucosa layer, muscularis layer, and over here, yes, here two splinters are being located. First is the internal splinter, which starts from the urethral orifice, and the other splinter is the external urethral splinter, this one which I am highlighting, which is a ring like structure. This is the external urethral splinter. These splinters play a vital role in micturition process, and the difference between these two splinters is that when we talk about the internal splinter, they are made up of smooth muscles, and their action, they perform involuntary action, and when we talk about the external splinter, they are made up of skeleton muscles, and they perform voluntary function. So function, I have told you, in males they perform dual function, this urethra, and in female they are only responsible for the discharge of urine, and in male they are responsible for discharge of urine, along with that discharge of spermatic fluid. So this was all about the discussion about the urinary system, that we have discussed about the kidneys, ureter, urinary bladder, and urethra. So that's it. Thank you.